All right, thanks for joining us on another video here on Guardian Approved. Today we're going to do a product review for the Comelit HFX-7000MW. Now, real quick before we go into that, there is a HFX-7000M, and that one is the same exact thing. It just doesn't have the cellular capabilities. This one here, this unit has an outside and inside unit, and will roll over to a cell phone if someone doesn't answer at the main unit. So it gives you the opportunity of having one inside unit or multiple inside units, and then even rolling over to cell phones if no one answers. So we do a lot of intercom installs. We use iPhone a lot. We use Comelit a lot now too. So those are the two main brands that we use. They're pretty simple to install. They're usually just two wires from point A to point B and a power supply for the inside unit. But this one here is really cool. We use this all the time. So we have a lot of the times when we were installing intercoms, we'd have customers, they'd say, well, what happens if I'm not at the unit? Because I don't always have a guy or a person up here at the front desk to answer the door. Well, I said, okay, well, perfect. We can sell you one of these. This has the opportunity if someone isn't at the inside unit or at the receptionist desk or wherever this inside unit is going to be, it'll roll over and call cell phones, and you can answer it through your cell phone and see them on your cell phone and even buzz them in through your cell phone. So let's break down this kit here real quick, and then we'll give it a product review. So this kit comes with a couple parts. First of all, obviously the box, the outside unit, the inside unit, the bridge for wiring. It does not come with this electric strike, but we wired in electric strike so we can demo and show you if you're buzzing someone in via electric strike, how it would work. So, because it has the opportunity to talk to them and buzz the people in. So we wire this in so you can see how that works. It also comes with, your two different instruction guides here. And some anchors and screws and things like that to mount it to the wall. It also comes with some buttons for the outside. So basically, if you wanted to divide this button, take this button out here, you can put in some of these other buttons and write on the labels for up to four users on there. So they can actually say, oh, we want to call Bob or Joe or whoever. They can hit that button and it'll call that inside unit. So with what you currently have here, you can expand it up to on here, it says in the front right there, it says expandable up to 4 doorbell cameras, so 4 of these, and 4 monitors on the inside. So it's pretty expandable. You can do quite a bit with them. We use these in hospitals, little medical centers, daycares, things like that, or even apartment complexes sometimes, or things like that. So really simple to use. If you're trying to get into intercoms and you're just like, I don't know a lot about these complex call systems, you can start with something simple like a Comelit system like this, and it's very easy. The instructions, they give you quite a bit of wiring instructions. Not a lot of instructions on how to navigate the menu and all the features you can do. That's more in the app, but it gives you a lot of different wiring options depending on how you want to set up the system. So it gives you quite a bit of installation, how to physically install it, how to wire it, how to use the dip switches and all those kind of things. It gives you quite a bit of information on that. So anyway, let's get into some of the features here and how those things work, and then we'll try to demo it for you and show you live how it works. So the outside unit, it's an aluminum die-cast housing. You hear it's a solid housing, so it's not 100% vandal proof, but it is pretty strong and it can take a beating at least, because sometimes you have people who just come around and hit it with something just to do it, so this can take a little bit of a beating. It also has the little LED light on the outside here, so if it's dark outside and they hit the button, it lights them up, and that way you can see them on the inside unit. It has a camera, has a speaker, has some little indicators right here, which tells you what those indicators mean in there. Basically it's like your doors ready, your door buzzing's enabled, you're currently on the line with somebody, things like that. They're just little indicator lights. And like I said, this is you can switch this out for multiple different buttons to push for different users. And then on the bottom here, or behind it, sorry, not on the bottom, if you take the cap off, you could do some volume adjustments for the speaker or the microphone as well. And there's some dip switches in there to go with all the different setting types that they have inside of instructions. Like I said, there's not a lot. There is some instructions in there for how to do that, but in the app is where you can get really detailed with the settings and things like that. So let me put this back on. and it just slides over the cap. And it is weather resistant as well, so you don't have to worry about putting this outdoors. It is rated for that. I have a hard time getting this back on. There you go. Okay. Tilt that, put it right there for a second. Okay. And then you have this wiring block. This is where you can wire in all the different door stations, and it shows you how to utilize this if you have more than one unit or 3 or 4 units, whatever you have. It shows you how to do this, and this just plugs into the wall. You get power through this little distribution break here. And on this side over here, you have the inside unit. The inside unit is going to have a screen that's going to light up. I'm going to go ahead and activate door 2 because that'll activate the outside unit. And now you can see. And you could, at the very top of this unit up here, there's two little adjustment dials right there. So you can see them there. One is for the brightness of the screen, and the other is for the microphone, or the speaker, sorry. So set that back up. I'll leave that down for now. There's the key button right there, and that key button is if you want to buzz someone in, you hit that key button, and it'll activate the strike, and you'll hear it click, and it'll let you in. You can also put it on a do not disturb mode. There's a menu you can navigate through here, which I'll show you that right now. You hit the little menu button, it's going to pop up your menu. It has video memory, video messages, your Wi-Fi, and then your setup. Now you could also, in the settings on the phone, you'll get little snippets of the clips of who's at the door. You'll get little video files of the little interactions at the door. There's so many different settings you could do with there. So many different features you could do. Like I said, I can only get into so many of them, but it's pretty robust in features and little simple things like, oh, I want the screen to go off after so many seconds, or if they don't answer, I want it to time out after this many seconds. It has all those kind of features available. It's a little, sometimes if I'm being picky on things, I would say that, you know, I wish it broke down a little bit more of the features and menus in here without having to go into the app for it. The menu's a little harder. If you're trying to type in letters and numbers, you have to, it's long, and you have to go through all these different letters and numbers to do it. It's not just a big pad where you can select them quickly. So it does take a while to do commands in here and navigate things, but that's just being a little picky. Let's go ahead and set it up. I'm going to set it up where the unit is outside in the hall, and then Randall is going to buzz from the outside like he's a visitor, and then you can see that interaction. I can show you how it works with the cell phone, how it all works together. All right, so I've got Randall outside of the outside door station. I'm here by the inside door station. I'm going to have him here in a second. He's going to hit the button, and then I'm going to answer the phone call. I'm going to buzz him in, and then after that, we're going to show you how to use the mobile on the cell phone, how to answer it. So go ahead, Randall, go ahead and ring the doorbell. As you can see, both are ringing, right? I'm going to ignore the phone, and I have Randall there, and I'm going to say, answer the phone call, and then he should be able to hear me outside now. Hey, Randall, you there?
Hey, Ryan. Just trying to get through this door here.
Okay, so perfect. You hear me, I can see him, and then I hit this button here, and there's your buzzing electric strike. So mission accomplished on that, and that's going to time out here in a second. So we'll leave that alone, but real quick, I want to tell you, this is the inside units here. The 7000 HW. So if you want extra inside units, like this one right here, this is what you get. Another cool feature of this is it has facial recognition. So you can set it to recognize the face and go, you have permission to come in. Click and just let them in the door. It'll also sync with your Echo Show, which I have one of those at my home, or your Echo devices and things like that. So anyway, just wanted to mention that as well. So let's go ahead and show you how the cellular works. Now what's going to happen is he's going to hit the button here in a second, and the cell phone's going to ring, and I'm going to answer it through the cell phone, and then I'm going to buzz him into the door through the cell phone. Now, something that'll help with this will be wiring in a buzzer in line with this. So something I would recommend to your customers is just wire in a buzzer so they can hear it instead of just hearing a little click. They'll hear a bzz, they'll know they're being buzzed in. So Randall, go ahead and call it again. Okay. So as you can see, he appears on the screen. My phone is ringing, so I'm going to go ahead and answer on the phone, right? And then you hit the Comelit button right there, and then it pulls up the screen. Now, if I want to talk to him, he wants to hear me, I hit this little phone button. Can you hear that?
Hello?
Yep, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can hear him on here. I don't know if you can hear him a little bit, but I can hear him through my phone. He can hear me outside. So come on in. I'm gonna hit the key button. And it buzzed in again. So that's how it's done. Okay, so you saw how it all works, right? Just to recap here, you get the outside unit, the interior wiring block. The inside unit does not come with the strike, but you can wire a strike, a mag lock, or anything else you want to put in. But let's go ahead and give this thing a rating. So I would say, let's just talk about some of the important things. How easy is it installed? I would say it's fairly easy installed. The wiring instructions are pretty straightforward, and they have all the different variations of wiring in case you want to wire in multiple units. So instruction wise, pretty good. A little harder to navigate the menus and type in numbers and stuff, but that's because there's a limited keypad, so I get that as well. So if I'm rating it in a quality, it's got a good heavy duty outside, it's got a good build for the inside, price point is great. If you're in retail, you're probably going to spend somewhere around in the 800s probably for this kit. Just depends on what people want to charge for it. And then of course, if you're a wholesaler, you're going to get it at your wholesale prices. But I would highly recommend Comelit. Comelit's products are really good. This particular product is awesome. We sell it to customers all the time, especially the ones that are like, hey, I need a little something more than your basic video intercom. I need something that can go to a cell phone or get me if I'm walking in the warehouse or on the other side of the building. So I'm going to go ahead and rate this. We're going to do 4.5 out of 5 stars. And it's almost, if it wasn't for just some of the buttons on it, you have to push the button kind of hard, right? You have to give it a slight delay for the Wi-Fi to kick in. So things like that could cause a problem with the customer. Like, they can't hear me for the first 2 seconds. Well, because it takes a little bit to get up going. So things like that is why I did a 4.5, but easily installed, great product, built well, affordable, great tech support for us. If you're an installer, you get really good tech support with Comelit. You could also say, here's what I'm trying to do, Comelit. Here's an email. Send me what parts I need to build this system. And you need this, an expansion unit, and they'll tell you how to do it all. And they'll give you wire instructions for it. So I will give this product, the HFX-7000MW, a 4.5 out of 5 padlocks, not stars. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the product review. We're going to continue to bring more products and demo for you. Once we upgrade our shop and get a little bit bigger area, then we'll be able to make this a little bit more better and smoother. But for now, this is a great product if you're in the trade. To answer a question, is it simple enough for someone who has never done this before to do it and put it on their home or something like that? Yeah, if you're technically inclined, you could probably figure it out. If you're trying to figure out how to do the wire and buzz in stuff, then you probably need to get a professional involved for sure. But anyway, great price, 4.5 padlocks. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the support as always. We have some pretty exciting news from Guardian Safe and Lock coming out soon. We'll announce that on all of our channels, as well as we'll continue to put out consistent content. And stay tuned for more. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms: LinkedIn, Twitter, LinkedIn X, Facebook, Instagram, and we're on Rumble as well. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate the support as always.